You guys are mean. We're gonna do this one. Okay, this is gonna piss them off. Do I care? No. I complete little pricks to me, Miles. So it's not the CIA that was doing most of the stuff that caused me problems in my life. It's just like it's a national, what do we call it? Sissy agency. The Paul Blart. Yeah, okay, the Paul Blart. Mall cop agency. You guys are funny. Knock it off. The CIA. Oh, guys, no. Okay. Well, okay. What is the NSA versus the CIA versus the NSA? Dun 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 dun. That's how it works out. Knock it off, guys. That's funny. Oh. Sunday at RFK Stadium. They don't have RFK Stadium anymore. Dun 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 dun. The NSA mall cops versus the CIA. Secret agent man. And women. Oh, good God. Yeah, the women are more men in the CIA than they are in the NSA. They sit there and say, oh, God, they're tearing you up. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, we were talking about the sequel to Good Will Hunting. The sequel to Good Will Hunting is they torture him more when he gets over there. Fucks up his relationship between him and the Minnie driver. He ends up killing her and going to jail because he won't work for the NSA. For some reason, people that are so highly intelligent have this real strong propensity to have amazing high moral fortitude. So they would make his life a living hell, and they would know who he was from the beginning. They would be able to detect their aptitude by doing brain scans at the hospital. So they would make his life a living hell so he could incarcerate it, so they could put him in a position to where he'd feel that he'd have to work for the NSA and break code for them and do security code breaking for banking cartels. Other than that, and go to prison and either fight to rape or be a rapist to be the piece of shit that his foster parents were. Yeah. They set up the conditions to just make it totally heinous. And then they sit and watch and then talk about what perverts you are. They're fucking, God, they're like, whoa. When Guru was talking about proto, yeah, he's talking about the NSA. Whoa, these are the banker trolls that, yeah. That's why they get better financing. Why? Well, they're 7 times the size of the CIA. Why? Well, because the bankers finance them. Oil companies and bankers support oil companies, oil support banking companies. If you don't, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, institute. You can't disparage us, the local gentry, and they'll say it's elementary. You ever seen Intolerable Cruelty? Yeah. End up having a happy marriage. They have a happy marriage at the end of the movie, right? Okay. She gets an actor to act like he's a Texas oil man. She marries this one guy that's her total patsy pawn. The guy who's the marriage lawyer guy proves it. He falls in love with her because she has a similar money-grubbing type of way to her. He's horrible about it, too. She sits there. The beginning of the movie, Jeffrey Rush's character comes home. He's a movie producer. His wife is getting mauled by the pool guy, and they don't even have a pool in this home. The guy gets mad, pulls out his gun, is going to shoot the guy. She hits him in the back of the head with his his Emmy award, or I don't know what kind. She hits him in the back of the head with it, stabs him in the ass with it. Goes running off. Instead of shooting him, he grabs the camera and starts taking pictures of the whole scene. Has him totally ready to go and everything like that. She goes to this lawyer who's George Clooney's character, and the guy still loses the case to the woman. And he becomes destitute and a drunk. Go watch the movie. It's the NSA at its finest. Yeah, and it's a happy ending at the end. The despicable lawyer and the despicable money-grubbing lady, but the other guy's these other people aren't any better half the time. They make a show at the end of the thing about how this guy goes and catches people screwing around in their marriages. He nails that ass. So he catches everybody. Him and his friends sit there and watch as these people are cheating. They have fun watching it as people cheat, and they have these tapes that actually make real people that really care about their spouse cry their eyeballs out. You guys, it's like those cheaters, man. Fucking psychopaths, man. You guys are disgusting. You're completely fucking disgusting. They trained my ex-wife by having her molested from the time she was a little kid by putting these other people in heinous positions, making them feel like their lives weren't, because of social conditions. These guys are psychopaths, man. You made Barbara's life a fucking hell on purpose, just like you would have made killed Will Hunting's life on purpose, and Ted Kaczynski's, because he didn't buy the program. He loses it and starts blowing up people that do information for all that stuff that they talk about when good Will Hunting talks about why he won't work for the NSA. Ted Kaczynski wouldn't work for the NSA and thought he'd be better off killing those people that kill people by the mass millions for the oil company than he would taking a job with them. And then Ted Kaczynski's painted as this crazy guy who moved off to Montana and became the Unabomber because he's an antisocial psychopath, when he says he believes he's blowing up antisocial psychopaths because these people break code and kill millions of people overseas for oil companies, for banks. That's crazy. Good Will Hunting didn't figure that one out. No, he didn't. He doesn't think like me. Yeah, he doesn't think like me. He doesn't do it in a total, because he's not thinking in infinite mathverse and relative molecular mathematics for enhanced living conditions among people that live together in a relative molecular state. I'm like Jesus. He's not like Jesus. He's like Good Will Hunting's character, the guy. How plausible is Good Will Hunting's character? Pretty plausible. How plausible is Ralph Earl Parsons' character? Pretty plausible. You've seen him before. Saladin, John, Jesus. Hi. NSA. National Surveillance Agency. For banking cartels, to make life a better life for you, to get you a better car, to get you a better lawyer, so you can have the good life. Intolerable cruelty, Good Will Hunting. Interesting combination. Perfect combination for Ralph's analogies. Perfect combination. Tonight we're going to watch Indiana Jones and the Blizzard of the Crystal Skull. Not quite crystal. Yeah. Maybe. Give me time. Let me evolve more. Fucking psychopaths. Oh, we want to evolve at an even higher evolutionary state and have greater minds. And have our minds think better than our penises. I like it when my penis does some thinking for me. I do too. If your wife is fine and faithful, and she says, Ralph, let's go get naked. Where? Someone watching the kids? No way. Your sister's city to watch the kids. Let's go find a place to get naked. I love you, wife. I love you too, husband. See, that'd be fun. What? You guys have been watching videotape and getting off on people's marriages fucking up and making people's lives complete hell, so they'll support your money-grubbing, sorry-ass bullshit so you can go overseas. And then the CIA has to try to fix and clean up and keep everything stable overseas. You make their jobs live in hell, and you make all the money and sit here and be the National Mall Cop Agency. You guys are fucking assholes. I see why the CIA can't stand your asses. Pussy fest. You're the biggest pervert fest on the whole fucking planet, man. You are a bunch of degenerate psychopath voyeurism perverts who, God, yeah, that's why that other movie that we were talking about. Oh, the other one with Clooney and Brad Pitt and the lady that wanted the face job, that they get through and they go all this stuff and their lives are completely fucked. That's you guys. Wow. Yeah, that's what happens to your lives. I gotta get it. You become so fucked up because of all the fucked up shit you do. No way. You guys got therapy bills like 9 miles wide, man. You guys, some of you actually develop consciousnesses and your lives are completely destroyed because you can't handle the shit you do. You guys have a higher suicide rate than the National Army? No way! I'm starting to love you, man. You're human beings. No way. It happens in the CIA too. No way! Yeah. Oh, get out of here. What about bankers? No, they don't have to watch everything all the time, and they don't have to do it, and they don't have to set it into motion, stuff like that. So most of them just go get their dick sucked, go get fucked, and hang out in resort communities and be complete fucking psychopathic assholes without the pain. Everybody needs love and adventure. Everybody needs cash to spend. Everybody needs affection. Everybody needs 2 or 3 friends. These are the things that dreams are made of, like food and money and friends and love. The things you never thought of. Let's just ditch the money, bitch. How about food and friends and love? Fuck the money. We don't need cash to spend. It's destroying our planet. Just take time to see the wonders of the world with the inefficient stupidity, extortion-based economies with outdated technology. Right, Micho? I love you on that one, Kaku. I'll help you out. I'm here for you, man. You're human and it hurts when I kick the fuck out of you. It's okay. You deserve it. You work for these son of a bitches. You just figured it out? Nah, you already knew. Okay. Yeah, we're like a... Don't secularize it, man. Don't... how many ways are the people in Fiji and across the islands and everywhere and stuff like that way more advanced than any of these sorry sons of bitches that you give discussions to at your fucking lectures and shit? Alright. Thank you. No, I get pissed. It's all about priorities. Your kids have no... my brother-in-law, that stuff. Kids have no food, no shoes, and they've got diaper rash so bad that they're in the hospital. And then he comes over and sees this lowrider that's all chrome. But that's all chrome. Where's your priorities, man? Lawrence is like, I just want to beat the fuck out of that, man. God. But it's all chrome. Where's your priorities? My lowrider is all chrome. Your kid's almost dead because you neglected it, and your lowrider is all fucking chrome? You think I fucking care? You're the same way, Lawrence, in your own weird way. Yeah. You look what you did to, look what you and George and Ricky tried to do to me. Yeah. But our house is paid for. And Jesus blessed us with it. And we've got wonderful wives. I've got a wonderful wife. I've had a wonderful career. My church respects me and admires me. You're nothing like me. You're good Ralph hunting. I told you who I was in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Just like Goodwill Hunting, man. They've isolated me and told me I'm probably one of the most brilliant people in the entire world. Like Goodwill Hunting. It's easy for me to figure. They give me the scriptures and I decode scripture for a living. Why? Well, because I'm a relative and molecular math scientist. And I can explain to you the random access memories of things we lived with before and that we told you and what we did. And I can cut through all the bullshit and tell you the truth about it. Like this guy Jesus used to do when he told people about Moses and David's lives in a more realistic fashion to help you understand relative and molecular math better. You think, you prayed all this time to be here when he comes again. You would have treated him nicer. You think you would have known him better. Not if you have a bunch of psychopaths teaching you you can't read scripture and study it over and over again with a bunch of people that have very poor math skills. No, it'd be like in that thing on Good Will Hunting, if the other guy who was getting whatever his name was getting the proofs wrong. And he got that one, he goes, are you sure about this one? He goes, yeah, I got it, it's right, don't worry about it. And he's like, but no, it's right on, it's spot on, I know it is. I don't the same way. No, I'm correct. And everybody's like, are you sure? This is what it says in the book of Daniel. Read the book of Revelation again. The book of Revelation is open and subject to change through the 1,000 years. It can be whatever we want it to be. Yeah. He's a talking to me. I'm a talking to him. We're talking together. That's what John says. Come back and give me some good news when you die as an old man. Will they let him live to be an old man? We'll find out. We'll see how good the news is. We'll see how bad the news is. We'll see what direction you decide to take. We will have the 1,000 years. How we get through it is up to you. You're going to have to admit that your son is a similitude of Abraham, Melchizedek, and others, and that he's a special gift from God, just the same way Jacob admitted that his son Joseph was a special gift from God, and just the way that Ali admitted that his beloved Muhammad, they cousins or brothers, it's irrelevant, was a gift from God. And that he continued in that line, that Hassan and Hussein were gifts from God. Certain young men and young women are gifts from God. Esther was a gift from God. Ruth was a gift from God. A faithful, faith-filled, loving, protecting spouse is a gift from God. But the teachers that teach you to betray your own brother and steal his children because he doesn't promote their lies are not a gift from God. No. You shouldn't see them as anything but a scourge on humanity, a disease on your faith and your world and your own marriage. Scholarships. Oh no, God was looking after us. He gave us scholarships. He paid for our scholarships from the NSA, the National Security Agency. Go watch Good Will Hunting. Yeah, those people, the ones that he talks about in the thing. That, yeah, why don't I just take my buddy, shoot him? Yeah, that's where you got your scholarships from. They want to use your sons to work for them instead of work for God. It was God that gave them this privileged position to be among these elite people. It was God that gave you the company of the elites. I guess that worked well for Joseph. Didn't work very well for the Canaanites and the Hebrews in the aftermath, did it? Joseph tried his best to convince Pharaoh not to be a living God and to give all praise to Jehovah. Didn't work. It worked with the Babylonians, but the Babylonian kingdom didn't last because they evolved into decent human beings. They couldn't convince Rome. Definitely couldn't convince the Nazis or the Bolsheviks or the People's Party in China. Sure as hell couldn't convince the people of the United States in Manifest Destiny. How many apostles died in that struggle? Crazy Horse, Little Hawk, Taza, Chief Joseph and his people. Some of the saddest stories: Wounded Knee, Pontiac, Tecumseh, George Washington, the Town Destroyer, Osceola and the Seminoles, Trail of Tears, Andrew Jackson not honoring the treaty, even though the sale was not upheld by the Supreme Court, by almost like the equivalent of a Supreme Court justice. Andrew Jackson telling the judge to enforce it himself and forcibly taking control over our Justice Department and marching the Cherokee off to Oklahoma. My grandfather's people on my mother's side, my father's mother's side. Like the sad owl hoots with wisdom as he watches everything happen, and they do nothing to stop it. Do you see the owl? The CIA does. People in the NSA are starting to see it too. Come and greet your Savior and treat him with dignity and respect. The owl does. Woo! Blessings and peace.